Alright everybody, welcome back to Cybercore Gaming Plays Final Fantasy VII. We're finally done with Illusion of Gaia, and we're finally started on Mankind Divided, and I'm so fucking excited. And here I am playing Final Fantasy VII. Never thought I'd be disappointed to say that. But I still really love this game, and even though playing it is a huge commitment as far as doing a Let's Play is concerned, I'm still really happy I'm doing it, and I could be playing this game, I could be Let's Playing this game for a very long time. Anyway, we're on our way to the Temple of the Ancients, I hope. I honestly don't remember what I did in the last episode. It's been a while since I played Final Fantasy VII, but I'm pretty sure, I do remember we got the Keystone, and we're pissed off at Kate Sith, and so now we got some story to do. So I found a terrific icebreaker to start out this episode with, just because I normally am shitty at talking. This is the Temple of the Ancients. Okay. She feels the knowledge of it floating as she rubs her body against this weird bridge. Kind of kinky. Cloud kneels down and pokes her in the butt. It's like, so there's this thing, and I'm sure some people have seen it, it's the internet, I can't ever expect to be the first person that's seen anything, oh, it's like, it's a, like, looks like it's from like a Christian newspaper or something, and it says, "Beloved, do not take part in any of these components of Satan's spiritual structure. They are doorways to demonic possession." And I'm guilty of either partaking of, or at the very least, like, researching a little bit, or, like, looking up on Wikipedia every single thing on this fucking list. Let me just run you down the list here. After we talk to this black materia obsessed man. Look. It says number 9. I have no idea what's happening here. He just kind of gets raptured off into space. So we got Eastern religions, yoga, Freemasonry, Illuminati groups, New Age religions, Church of Satan, Scientology, Rosicrucianism, astrology, tarot cards, Ouija boards, remote viewing, palmistry, voodoo, earth worship, Wicca, cyberpunk culture, divination, meditation, vegetarianism, lycanthropy, postmodernism, backmasking, astral production, necromancy, rebirthing, Kabbalah, Lord of the Rings, firewalking, levitation, alt comics, vampirism, trilateralism, marijuana and pot parties, marijuana misspelled marijuana, LSD/shrooms, video games, Harry Potter, Dungeons and Dragons, Halloween, fornication, Skull and Bones, rock music, heavy metal, Burning Man, Twilight films, raves and ecstasy, and goth culture. It's a pretty thorough list, and some has been had. He partook of one too many doorways to demonic possession, and found out that it's not the promised land Sephiroth is searching for. He's inside? President was wrong. You're wrong. Promised Land isn't like what you imagine, dumbass. And I'm not gonna help. I'll sit there and die for all I care. I never loved you anyway. Keystone, place it on the altar. So, I think what happened there is he got run through by Sephiroth. Son's with our enemy, the Turks, but I've known him since we were little. There's not a lot of people I can say that about. In fact, there are probably only a handful of people in the world who really know me. I feel so bad for him. He's over here like twitching. He's still alive. Let's put the keystone in. Ooh, pretty. Pretty, pretty, pretty. So now we're in fucking Relativity, the drawing by MC Escher. It's Temple of the Ancients. Oh man, you gotta be kidding. This is making me dizzy. Cloud, I know it's gonna be tough, but don't give up, we can do it. Alright, so, let me just return to that list for a second, shall we? We got first, Eastern religions. I mean, everyone's been fascinated with Eastern religions at some point, because they're like, you know, they're a nice breath of fresh air from the, you know, like, monotheistic, deist, oppressive, excessively conservative, shaming Western religions, and it's just a breath of fresh air. Like, you know, a lot of us can't, like, I do laugh at people when they say that they're Buddhist, but I'm like, you're not really fucking Buddhist, come on. If you're Buddhist, you'd renounce all your possessions, like, you're not, I don't know, I always found that a little bit offensive, and, like, anytime I meet someone with any degree of, like, privilege whatsoever, regardless of gender or race or whatever, and they say that they're Buddhist, I'm always like, really? Come on now. But that doesn't mean I haven't researched the shit out of this stuff and think that it's really cool. And I think, you know, it would be nice to adopt, like, some things like that into Western life a little bit, you know, maybe. We can assuage ourselves of the guilt of cultural appropriation, God forbid. But I would never call myself Buddhist, but I do think Eastern religions are very fascinating and, you know, good for the soul, I suppose. There's yoga, which I acknowledge I've never partaken of yoga directly, but I acknowledge that it does people some good. You know, teach their own. Freemasonry and Illuminati groups. Dude, who with an imagination hasn't, like, read up on that shit? And how would you take part in any of that? Like, there's some of these things that you can't take part in because they're either simply ideas and not real things, or so we think. And so yeah, I'm not a member of the Illuminati, I'm not a Freemason, but, you know, I know what those things are. And I think everybody should. Church of Satan. Hell yeah, I know what the Church of Satan is. And they're awesome. Like, like, how ahead of your time can you be? Like, fucking just using religion and religious figures as metaphors to provoke people and get a reaction to show that, like, religious liberty and religious freedom aren't actually a thing. And people struggle with being free thinkers, like, a lot more than you'd think. Like, I think everybody should go read up on Church of Satan and see what they're about, because it's actually really cool. Nyum Nyum. This guy's from Church of Satan. Finally caught up to you. Spirit bodies of the ancients. They look like giant purple, like, beards on little blobs of jelly with hats. Over many years, they've lost the ability to talk. Actually, they didn't need words from the beginning because there was only one objective for those left in the temple. Please talk to me. So good I don't understand the rest. No, I can't buy anything. Fuck that. Sometimes after I haven't played this game for a while, I forget that I'm in a no-kill playthrough. No, I want to save. Thank you. Oh, dude, come on. There's like a James Bond theme going on in the background with this music. Hear that? Dun, dun, dun. Yeah. Let's continue on the list. Rosicrucianism. I actually don't know what that is, but I intend to look it up after this episode. Astrology, tarot cards, and Ouija boards. Hell yeah, I know what all that stuff is. And I've totally Ouija boards and tarot cards, not so much. My fiance is really into those. And they're one of those things that, in the modern, with current, more forward-minded, forward-thinking people these days are really against all that stuff. Mostly because people buy into it and then they think that they should make critical life decisions based on it. And no, it's really not that. It's it's supposed to be taken as the information that you get from those things is meant to be taken as kind of a suggestion, or a second opinion, or another perspective. It's not shouldn't ever be something that you act on. You certainly shouldn't stop taking your cancer meds because astrology or tarot cards told you to. Sorry. It's just something that's, for me, has always been fascinating, and it gives you another angle from which to look at things. And sometimes it can be really helpful if the current angle hasn't been working for you. As long as it, isn't something that's medical, And all those things are ancient, and people use them for thousands of years. So I mean, there's some merit to them, and I'm sure science will find a way to explain it at some point. And I know a lot of people are gonna think that I'm really stupid for believing that. But I am the kind of person. Everybody who knows me knows this. I'm one of those people that never dismisses anything outright. Except for things. The only thing I feel like I can dismiss outright is Christianity, because I was raised with it. I feel like when you're raised with something and it's that inborn into you, you have every right to be able to be dismissive of it. But everything else, I don't feel like I have the need or the right to dismiss it outright. And ultimately, science is the last word. I think anyone with a brainstem knows that. But I do think that there are some things that could still be legitimate, and we just aren't advanced enough scientifically to really be able to work it out. Come on. This is really annoying. Same thing with palmistry, a little bit. Remote viewing, I actually don't know what that is either. I'll figure it out one of these days. This is really stupid. Come on. Oh my god. Fucking killing me. Fuck you. Well, that was annoying. Voodoo, not so much. Voodoo, Voodoo is one of those things that I choose to keep a healthy distance from. But, I certainly researched it, and, it just never struck me as something that I could really get any benefit from. So I chose to stop, reading up on it. God damn it. I'm lost. God damn it. Fuck. This could take a while. Oh man, not a back attack. Wicca is bullshit because it was invented by a dude in the 70s that didn't know what the fuck he was talking about and based it on it was invented in 1954 by Gerald Gardner. Like, it didn't, like, it's not an ancient religion at all. So you know, Wicca is one of those things that I feel like is kind of a bastardization of something ancient, and people think that it's ancient, and it's really not. I even more strongly than me, my fiance believes that, and she like absolutely laughs her tits off anytime anyone tells her that they're, you know, Wiccan. I feel like she has a right to. But we're both elitist douchebags, like both of us. It's really bad. Cyberpunk culture? Surely everyone that's watched this channel knows that I am all about cyberpunk culture. Alright, the whole frog jet shit is getting really old. Oh god, there's 2 frogs. Fuck you guys. Don't you do it. God damn it. Come on. Come on, Aris, do it. Do it! Summon Leviathan! God, these frogs are annoying. These frogs get like a million turns, it's so annoying. Oh, Jesus. Divination and meditation, those all kind of fall under like everything else I already mentioned. Vegetarianism, I mean, I know about it. I'm not a vegetarian. Lycanthropy? Who hasn't read about lycanthropy? Who hasn't been fascinated by werewolves at some point in their lives? Like, this list is like pretty much have an imagination or you are going to be Satan's butt buddy for all eternity. Or don't, did I say have an imagination? Don't have an imagination or you'll be Satan's butt buddy for all eternity. If you have an imagination, you're screwed. That's what this list says to me. Oh, now we get to summon Leviathan when there's 1 frog left. Fuck you, Eris. What else you got here? Postmodernism? I mean... Backmasking is when you record hidden messages backwards in songs and stuff. That's so common in electronic music now, I can't even, like, you know, it used to be, like, something that was, like, spooky and weird, but, like, now people, like, sample, like, dialogue from movies and play it backwards in their songs, like, constantly, like, how the fuck? Okay, I really... Can I get in here now? I'm not making a whole lot of great progress here. I'm really not. So may as well rest again. I'm gonna remember how to get down there at some point. I'm gonna be like, oh, that, huh? I feel like an idiot. Oh. That's really misleading. Oh well. No use crying about it now. Yeah, all these weapons are weapons that have no materia slots in them, but they're really strong physically. So they would have been great to have while I was fucking around in Mukai, but I really didn't feel like bothering with it. Let's see, what do we got here? Alright, this guy's a piece of cake. Fuck him. Let's see, let's keep going down the list. Astral projection. I mean, why not? I don't believe in astral projection. That's one of those things that I'm just like, no, you just had a really awesome time on drugs. Like, I don't... Astral projection is something that I do not buy into. But I'm not saying it couldn't be true. It's just, I personally, right now, at this stage of my mental development, I don't really see it. Necromancy? Dude, of course. If you played any RPG ever, or any fantasy fiction, like, these guys just want us to burn all our books. Rebirthing's a weird one. I had to look that one up, but basically what that is it's a meditation technique where you manipulate your breathing to simulate the trauma of birth somehow. So you like kind of relive getting born through meditation and breathing. I don't know about that one. But I mean, if someone out there is doing that and it's benefiting them in some way, mentally, making them feel better, then, well, who am I to judge? And everything else is like, what is it, vampirism, trilateralism, which is like, I think they think it means like having a threesome, but it's really just anytime you engage in a relation or agreement or negotiations with three parties. Levitation, fuck yeah. Firewalking, Lord of the Rings. Dude, come on. Marijuana, pot parties, LSD, and shrooms. Like, suck all the fun out of life, why don't you? And video games. So I'm going to hell as I record this episode. So I hope you guys are enjoying watching me send my way straight into the devil's lap. Love you. Take care, everybody. See you guys next time.